He called me early. It's like, yo, when you spar, I'm gonna come to the gym. I'm like, I'm gonna spar at 4 o'clock. I really didn't think he was gonna pull up, but he pulled up. It means everything, his advice and listening to him in the ring. He calling out little shit. I'm trying to make sure I do what he says. So a hell of a blessing to have Bud, Floyd, all these guys backing me, and I appreciate them. I'm just trying to keep pushing and keep getting better and better.
But the most skillful fighter at 135 will be hands down.
Coming off a grueling training session alongside one of boxing's sharpest technicians, Floyd Mayweather has finally spoken, and his remarks are already rippling through the boxing world. After sharing the gym with Shakur Stevenson, the all-time great delivered unusually candid insight into what he witnessed away from the cameras. From elite footwork and ring intelligence to discipline and mental focus, Mayweather's initial reaction suggests this was far more than a routine workout, hinting instead at a pivotal moment that could shape Shakur's trajectory and potentially influence the future of the sport itself. Stevenson has dialed his preparation up to an elite level as he gears up for his looming clash with Teofimo Lopez. Inside camp, he's been pushing his limits both physically and mentally, fine-tuning his technique, adapting to the added weight, and sharpening his footwork and timing to counter Lopez's strength and aggression. He's sharing rounds with top-tier sparring partners, including sessions with fighters like Terence Crawford to mirror the intensity and complexity of the challenge ahead, while also committing to strength training to add more pop to his punches. His focus has been so absolute that he's even passed on holiday celebrations to stay locked into camp. With his conditioning on point and his mindset fully centered on winning,
Cause he told me, all right, up, so. Let's fight.
Paulie Malignaggi has noted that Teofimo Lopez often takes excessive criticism and is frequently undervalued in the lead-up to major fights, and he believes much of that stems from the spotlight surrounding Shakur Stevenson. Stevenson commands greater media coverage, a broader fan base, and stronger narrative momentum, which naturally places him front and center while pushing Lopez into the background despite his proven credentials. Lopez brings legitimate championship experience, explosive power, and elite-level speed, but those assets are sometimes overlooked because of Stevenson's higher profile. Malignaggi argues that this imbalance in attention can distort how fans and analysts evaluate each fighter's resume. Even so, he emphasizes that Lopez's talent and achievements warrant full respect, and dismissing him against a fighter like Stevenson could prove to be a costly miscalculation once the bell rings.
Because Teofimo is at his most dangerous when he's counted out. And this is going to be one of those fights where he's going to be counted out. Because Shakur is looked at by and large as the guy who can dominate boxing in this generation, right? It's just a matter of him getting the opportunity. I myself have felt that he's the guy who could and should be dominating boxing if he gets the right matchups. But bro, this is one of the rare matchups, if not maybe the only matchup, where I feel like it's a big threat here to Shakur. And then they would all come undone only because of this reason. Teofimo Lopez, we've seen him at his best, but he typically brings out his best characteristics when he's back against the wall and he's counted out. And he's going to be counted out in this fight. By and large, people are going to side with Shakur in this fight to win the fight because he's the more consistent fighter, he's the more class fighter overall, and he's just so damn good. But Teofimo has a way, when you're so damn good and he knows you're so damn good and everybody feels like you're gonna beat him, There's just something about Teofimo, man. He brings out a different level and somehow supersedes that guy who is that damn good. I've seen it. We've seen it already. I'm not saying anything that anybody else hasn't already seen, okay? I'm just stipulating it. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know who wins this fight. Because again, your better head says Shakur, but then you think about, man, Teofimo, again, what I just explained.
He's got the talent to
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Shakur is extremely talented and could be the face of boxing as far as being that good and being that dominant, even though no matter how good you are. But this is one of the rare fights where you can get beat. And I don't ever want to hear any of you tank nut huggers that he fights one Uber driver after another. If Shakur Stevenson loses this fight, I don't ever want to hear any of you saying, oh, what about Shakur now? Tank this, tank that. Tank fights the guy that delivers my pizza. He fights the guy.
Lamont Roach's assessment of Shakur Stevenson underscores just how dominant Stevenson is at controlling the ring through precision, awareness, and tactical discipline. Stevenson isn't merely quick. His elite footwork and timing allow him to read attacks before they fully develop, placing him in command of where and when exchanges occur. This control enables him to dictate tempo, remain calm under pressure, and minimize unnecessary risks while patiently waiting for the ideal countering opportunity. By blending sharp movement with high-level ring intelligence, composure, and adaptability, Stevenson consistently creates openings that very few opponents are able to capitalize on. His success reflects not only physical ability, but also advanced strategic maturity.
He did beat Loma, who's arguably at the time considered one of the best in the world.
He did, and that was one of a hell of a performance too. A hell of a performance too. So yeah, I mean, I think he's hit or miss. You got to think he got stuff. He a little cuckoo too. Like he has like a little mental lapses every once in a while. Look at the Kambosos fight. Like, that's a fight that people would never expect Kambosos to win, and he won a grueling match against him as well. So I just I don't know. I don't think he can get it done against Shakur when it comes to like because it's going to be just a skill match.
Meanwhile, Teofimo Lopez has made it clear that he has no intention of letting Shakur Stevenson take the championship he fought relentlessly to secure. He speaks openly about the sacrifices behind his rise, stressing that the belt symbolizes years of hardship, pain, and unwavering dedication. For Lopez, this bout is about defending everything he has built through sweat, resilience, and perseverance. His confidence is rooted in self-belief, and he enters the fight fully committed to protecting his place at the top. Lopez treats this moment as deeply personal, fueled by pride and effort.
Yes. Shakur Stevenson, obviously you guys are both in Las Vegas. I'm hearing that you did link up today. A face-off happened between the two of you?
Yeah, face-off happened, things of that nature, just to create the things that are in motion already. So we're really adamant about fighting each other next, and I can't wait for us to really lace it up. And I see him across the ring, and really when that bell rings, lights out for him.
What's it like seeing him now kind of face to face? When you look at him, what do you see? Because obviously you're not locked in just yet, and the closer it gets to a fight, obviously things turn a little bit. But when you do look at Shakur, what do you think of him?
I think I don't think too much of it. I think that he believes in himself. That's one thing. But I'm here to destroy his dreams and all that he wants to do and become. You can't take this from me. I worked very hard for it. I've bled for this, and I'm not taking nothing from him, but I just believe that what's gonna happen next is for destiny in the boxing ring to decide.
How close is the fight between the two of you, and when could we kind of expect to see you two face each other?
I'm ready to fight. Honestly, I could fight tomorrow. I've been staying in the gym. I've been really serious about my work ethic, everything. I hear people say this and that, and those are naysayers. I've done very well for myself at just this short period in time. The fight should happen very soon, and as long as the people on that side, the business side of that side, I just like to fight. Yeah. So let's make it happen.
How frustrating is kind of the business side of boxing? Because obviously fighters, as you say, just want to get in the ring, but there's so many hurdles to go over before you get there. And we always hear of fights falling through, fights not happening. Ryan Garcia, for example. How frustrating is it for someone like you?
there's detours for a reason, right? There's sometimes roadblocks along the path, and sometimes you get upset because you're like, why is it really like this? You know, it should just, you know, but as you start understanding a little bit more or just realizing certain things, it's out of your reach. I can't control it so much, you know? And, you know, this is why I really am trying to make boxing great again, but
Teofimo Lopez powers through his pad work with non-stop intensity, every punch sharp, purposeful, and driven by explosive speed and strength under the close supervision of legendary trainer Freddie Roach. Lopez remains fully locked in, his concentration razor-focused, with movements that are clean, controlled, and intentional. Roach sets a demanding pace, constantly pushing Lopez to maintain accuracy, rhythm, and discipline with each combination. This isn't a routine gym session. It's a clear statement of preparation, highlighting Teofimo's relentless commitment to refining his skills and elevating himself for the major challenge that awaits him inside the ring.
I can get some movie. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2 hook there. Double hook.
He believes fighters at the elite level deserve elite compensation and insists that a matchup of this magnitude should deliver both high entertainment value and proper financial reward. Lopez stresses that his approach brings excitement, unpredictability, and creativity, not cautious or safety-first boxing. He highlights past performances where analysts were caught off guard by his technique, adjustments, and in-fight intelligence against top competition. Inspired by the greats of earlier eras, he mixes classic combinations with modern athleticism as part of his constant evolution. For Teofimo, facing Shakur is about far more than money or hype.
of course, I'm talking about Shakur.
$4 million. We didn't get into Shakur.
Oh, yeah, I want to see like entertainment and then pay the man for that entertainment.
Well,
you know, I give it all different kind of traits of skills. I mean, even Andre Ward, someone that's like an analyst, like a perfectionist in boxing, like his IQ is high. He was even the commentator, like he was surprised how I did that jab where it was like a Superman punch to Josh Taylor, a guy that's undisputed and everything, and just made it look so easy. I bring so many things. I even brought a George Foreman combination now because that's everything. Everything is everything. Like I go back in time because that's where my future is at. And so like for as far as like retirement and stuff, honestly, man,
Okoye believes the outcome may ultimately depend on the networks, but his breakdown of Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez points toward a fight that is far more likely to go the full 12 rounds than end early, with the opening stages playing a crucial role in shaping everything that follows. He suggests Stevenson is unlikely to come out fast, instead opting to fight cautiously off the back foot in the early rounds while studying Lopez's tendencies and rhythm before fully engaging. In Okoye's view, this measured approach is a deliberate tactic designed to gather information and control risk. However, if Lopez is able to clearly assert himself and win those early rounds, it could force Stevenson to change gears and adjust his strategy as the fight progresses.
That Shakur is going to come out and try to fight or take the fight to Teo in the first 6 rounds at all. So if he's fighting off the back foot, if Teo can make it so that he's convincingly, or he's convinced at least Shakur that he may have won 4 of the first 6 rounds. You know, if it's 4-2 in Shakur's mind going into the second half of the fight, or if I'm looking at him stealing those first 6 rounds, then it's an interesting fight going into the tail end, because Teo, to me, is a front runner, right? I want to see if he can carry his energy and his explosiveness late in the fight and not wear down. And then when Shakur starts to open up, you know, can you steal some of those championship rounds from him and make it like a close fight? I think if Teo comes out and does what he usually does, which is try to swarm Shakur early and keep Shakur on the defensive early, then he can try to steal a lot of those early rounds. And if he does that, then Shakur has to fight.
Bruce Carrington breaks down Teofimo Lopez's upcoming fight with Shakur Stevenson by pointing to a potential flaw in Lopez's game, noting that despite his athleticism and knockout power, he can struggle against opponents who use constant movement and sharp angles. Carrington suggests that when faced with a fighter who maintains disciplined spacing and keeps changing looks, Lopez sometimes has difficulty making the necessary adjustments. He believes Stevenson's calm demeanor, ring intelligence, and tactical awareness are well suited to exploit this weakness, potentially baiting Lopez into overcommitting or swinging at openings that aren't really there.
I mean, that is what it is. It is what it is. But all jokes aside, though, I feel like Teo is going to bring the fight. He's very athletic. You know, he has a lot of explosiveness, and but I do feel like when it comes to Shakur, bro, his movement may frustrate him. The only thing that worries me when it comes to Teofimo is his frustration. Like, is he going to be able to work well with a mover? You know, we've seen, you know, difficulties that he had with Sandor Martin. We've seen the difficulties that he had with Jimmy Ortiz, guys that's been moving around and not staying still. Like, if you keep Teo moving around and he can't plant his feet, what can he do? We're going to have to find that out on, you know, January 31st. And I think Shakur, he's probably one of the best guys to, you know, move his feet, be on defense, being hella patient. And
Tim Bradley delivers a measured breakdown of the Stevenson versus Lopez matchup, emphasizing not only its technical complexity, but also its importance within the broader boxing landscape. He notes that Devin Haney has become the standard bearer for the next generation, motivating elite fighters to test themselves against one another to determine who truly sits at the top. Bradley argues that whoever emerges victorious from this fight should logically be next in line to face Haney, keeping the division active and the competitive narrative moving forward. He also cautions fans, commentators, and analysts that this contest will not be decided by non-stop brawling or flashy exchanges, but by fine details such as timing.
I think Devin Haney setting the trend. Devin Haney setting the trend, yeah. Yep, he's setting the trend. Now all these young guys starting to test themselves against each other now. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. We want to see who the best is, yo. And then the winner of this fight right here need to fight Devin Haney. Why not? Why not? Keep it going. Keep it going. But anyways, look, this is a message, man. Anybody that's going to be working that hard, y'all better make sure y'all do y'all damn homework. I'm talking about any commentators, any host, anybody. Do your damn homework, man, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because this not going to be one of them fights where it's going to be rock 'em, sock 'em, both guys hitting each other and stuff like that. No, it's going to be small, little nuancey type of things that if you don't know what you're watching, you can't tell us what the hell is going on. All the fans at home going to be like, what?
Gary Antoine Russell offers a precise evaluation of Teofimo Lopez, zeroing in on his performance against Vasily Lomachenko rather than generalizing his entire skill set. Russell emphasizes that Lopez thrives when he blends aggressive pressure with measured composure, forcing opponents into difficult situations while avoiding unnecessary exposure. This combination of intensity and discipline, he notes, makes Lopez particularly challenging because it allows him to keep top-tier fighters on the defensive without leaving critical openings for counters. Russell concludes that if Lopez consistently applies this approach, leveraging his athleticism, timing, and calculated pressure,
anybody who got a title at the time, that's what I need to see next. After my next up is I'm gonna fight.
Gary, just talk about, obviously your division is hot right now. This fight, your fight coming up, you know, maybe one of the biggest ones in Teofimo versus Shakur. Just looking at that fight stylistically, how does it play out in the ring?
It's 50-50. You know, in order for you to participate in this sport, you gotta have a high level of confidence. I feel like both of them has a high level of confidence. Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, but styles make fights. Naturally, I think Teofimo Lopez is stronger than Shakur. Naturally, I think he has more athleticism than Shakur, and he got a good IQ on the sport itself. But Shakur, I feel like he's a more smarter fighter. He's a more technical fighter. You know, I'm not saying that he's a square or he's just a textbook fighter, but he's seasoned, he's poised. I feel like.
Who takes the edge in Stevenson versus Lopez? Stevenson's skill, precision, and timing, or Lopez's raw power and relentless pressure?